they're a really, really good team. We've got to just make sure we lock in into the game plan on both ends of the floor and not give them easy baskets. We've got to get them into a half-court game.
And then, Kalaya and Jenna got in a little bit of foul trouble, but then having Steph and Maya and Kayla step into those positions, how vital is it that all-around players, even Gabby, have been improving throughout the season and are starting to play, top-notch basketball starting in conference play?
I really think, ending non-conference and going into conference play, we are moving in the right direction. So everyone understands their role in this team and what has to happen. But also, when you have the injuries we've had this year, everyone knows that at any moment they can go into the game, and so it makes them prepare more and practice at a higher level because we're literally using our entire roster to get through games.
To follow up on the foul trouble she mentioned, that happened like back to back in like a 2-minute period. At that point, did you kind of realize how essential these front court players are to this team's success?
There's no doubt, and at that point it was like there can't be any excuses. We finished the game with nobody on the floor over 6 foot, and I think they had 2 6'3", 6'4" kids in the game at the time, and so it was no excuses. Figured out a way to get it done, which is kind of who we are. So I think that's why we were able to have success at the end of that game, is because that's how we are every day in practice and in everything we do in life. There's no excuses. You play the hand that you're dealt, and that's what we were dealt on Sunday. But I think it just, again, speaks to them being ready and accepting the challenge, which is a credit to our team.
And as you look at Jenna and the job she's done, how she's come along, would you say there was ever like a wake-up call moment or a moment in practice where you said, okay, she can take on more minutes, she can take on more, and get us more?
Well, I think she's just showing it game by game. There was a time we had her out there and we were really subbing her pretty quickly, and then she played a little bit longer. She really takes it upon herself to find our strength and conditioning coach, Josh Rushi. They get together a lot, and she runs sometimes after practice, sometimes before games on the treadmill. So the credit goes to her and Ruchi really for making sure that she stays in shape, and she's proven that she can play for long minutes at a time and be very efficient.
And then with Steph, looking back to last year, she had the knee troubles and wasn't ever really able to get it going, I guess. But now you're seeing more consistency. What do you feel like has kind of given her that surge to get more minutes and be a more consistent asset?
Well, I think the first thing is she had 2 knee surgeries this summer, one on each leg, to address some of the issues we were having with her last year. I think she's in better shape, and I think she's lost a little bit of weight, which has allowed her to feel better. And she's taken it upon herself to practice at a high level, because Stephanie's always been able to do what you've seen now. She's been limited because of her knees, and knock on wood that she continues to be pain-free and can play for us at the level that she is right now.
And then as you look ahead to Mississippi State, how do you approach that challenge as a staff with, going into an atmosphere? You talk about every SEC road game being tough, but this is a different animal in terms of it being crowd atmosphere and a team that's, you saw is really, really good.
They're very good.
And established to be really, really good. Just how do you handle that? How do you handle emotions not getting too high and just everything that comes with that?
Right. I think it's really just making sure our freshmen understand it, because we are playing freshmen, both of them. If Caitlin goes, it's 3 freshmen that play a lot of minutes. But I think our returners understand it. They've played at Mississippi State before. They know that Mississippi State's been to the Final Four the last 2 years, competed for a championship. So they will be ready in terms of what this game means, playing in that environment in front of that many people with the noise. We've got to make sure our young players understand it and that they're ready to go, so they're not rattled. And if they do get rattled, it's up to us as a staff and those upperclassmen to settle them in.
Is there any extra motivation to keep it a fight after last year, after what happened here?
We'll definitely remind them of the score. And it's about, again, controlling possessions and not turning the basketball over. I think both teams are different teams than they were last year. Obviously, they're still very, very good. We're a different team than we were last year, so we will talk a little bit about it, but it's really about just our game plan moving forward for this game.
And then is Caitlin back out practicing now? Or?
I don't know yet. We'll find out in a little bit.
Know?
Yeah.
And then the last thing I have, another question about your post players. I know we talked about after the LSU game about how you like Steph and Kalaya, pairing them both with Jenna when she comes off the bench. But in the three different duos, I guess. You have Kalaya, Jenna, Kalaya, Steph, and Jenna and Steph. What have you seen between those two working to work seamlessly between the two of them when they're on the court at the same time?
Well, I think they all three do similar things. They all can shoot the basketball. Jenna does really well around the basket. And when she's in, you've got to guard her. If not, she's going to, shoot it. So it opens things up for Kalaya inside. Likewise, when Jenna and Steph are together, you bring Steph out on the perimeter. If you don't guard her, she's going to shoot it. And it opens things up and allows Jenna to play inside. So I think all three of them play well together. And really, depending on who's in foul trouble or not, or who's just playing well that game is how the combination goes. But it's really nice to know you have three different combinations you can put out there and play together at the same time.
Thank you, guys.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Trying to get this one. Those are really